Hi, Roger at Wuthering Heights. Just wanted to show you the lake effect issues here that we have ongoing here, coming off of Lake Ontario, also coming off of Lake Erie, affecting a large area of New York State. I say a large area. It's really rather a narrow band, but pretty tremendous snows taking place right here. Chautauqua County, south of Buffalo. Buffalo's just on the edge of it. Also, we have the lake effect band that forms basically in the western part of Lake Ontario, takes a track and narrows the convergence. Radar picks it up, and this is a very heavy snow band that extends into parts of St. Lawrence County, the vicinity of Watertown, New York, where it's snowing pretty good. Of course, some of this lake effect gets into Vermont, and you can see how this thing kind of wiggles around just a little bit. It's kind of like a wet piece of spaghetti, a sort of a wet noodle, and it just kind of just oscillates with the breeze. Whenever the breeze, the flow of air working in across the Great Lakes changes direction, well, you get that sort of wiggle. And it shows up very, very nicely with some of the lake effect that you can see some of the forecast plumes here, which I'll get into a second. But you can see the general flow is a little bit more favored for northern Vermont, coming in across just a little bit south of the St. Lawrence River Valley area, but cutting across the sort of north slope of the Adirondacks. And some of that carries over right now into there's Highgate picking up a little bit of snow, and so this lake effect stuff can really carry over. Witness the fact that this is lake effect from a piece that had moved across a portion of northern central Vermont, and it worked into central New Hampshire, and now it's going through Maine. Interesting stuff. Here's the HRRR model, the rapid refresh, and you can see these lake effect plumes coming off of Lake Ontario and what they do. Kind of interesting to note how they do play a role across Vermont. Most people think if they just stop at New York. Not true. Sometimes these things can carry way out, and you can see this is kind of the case currently right now. Now, for example, right here, this is this morning. You can see how this kind of wiggles a little bit to the north. There's a little more of a southerly push right there. It kind of breaks off this band, but meanwhile, this area is getting plummeted with some decent snowfall during that time, and there it goes into Maine. So Lake Huron, Georgian Bay, you can see how these lake effect plumes affect us, and then coinciding into the making of a cold front, this is what's going to be moving in, it looks like, sometime later on tonight. Interesting stuff for lake effect. Oftentimes you find a lot of sunshine, and of course that's the case today. Looking at a wide area of bright sunshine in between the clouds. Of course, lake effect plumes affecting northern parts of Vermont. That's going to be the case off and on this morning. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.